Hello again, this is Robert Veach here. This is my video review of the FeelRight brand. This is their 200 watt solar floodlight. Now that's equivalent 200 watts to like a halogen bulb. This isn't going to draw 200 watts, but it is very, very bright. This is going to demonstrate. So it's a solar floodlight, which means that it's charged with that beautiful huge panel that it comes with on the right there. It can be used as a street lamp. Has a built-in motion sensor, and you could use it in your garden, your paths, your warehouse, stadiums, playgrounds. We're going to measure the Lux output at about 10 feet away because, as I mentioned, it's very bright. You can see on the left here is the light itself, and if you look closely you can see the green display and has the red warning when it gets below 20%. So right now it's between 80 and 100%. And that's charging from just the room light, not sunlight. And you want to obviously put this where you're going to get sunlight to charge it, because it has an internal lithium polymer battery. It's not going to cost you anything to run this because it's going to be solar powered. There's no AC or DC power to worry about, and no wiring in your yard. Has a long working time of over 20 hours after a full charge. That's like 2 or 3 nights of it being displayed. And so you can really completely run this by solar power. And the internal battery on this is a 6-volt lithium polymer 20,000 milliamp hour. There are adjustments on both the panel and that we're going to show to allow 180-degree adjustments. There's a bracket on both of them, and on the one on the right there, it includes that little screw right there that goes in with the wing nut on there. That's included. It has a simple little flyer. It comes with the batteries for the remote. A very simple to use remote. We're going to go over all the features, and 4 expandable locking nuts that you could mount the solar array or the light itself on a wall in your house or on the siding or wherever you want to put it. So there's really no limit to where you could use this. I mean, even by your garage, your lawn, your shed, your farm, where your boat's at, a basketball court, anywhere you need extra white balanced light. And this is really balanced, and it's very white light, just like the sun. You could shine this on an area that's up to 2153 square feet, which is about 45 feet by 45 feet. And I believe it is very bright. There are 396 super bright LED lamp beads in there. And this whole unit here and the solar panel is very sealed with a sealant that allows us to be IP66, as it says right there, rated. And that pretty much means you could blast it with water at any angle at 100 kPa pressure up at 3 meters away with a 12.5 millimeter nozzle. So what that's telling you as a consumer is that you don't have to worry about light rainfall or water. Just don't immerse these in water. And the recommended height is for about 13 feet from the ground, or 4 meters. And this will charge fully in 6 to 8 hours of sunlight. The remote control right here will work up to 8 meters or 26.25 feet. The material is made of aluminum and combined with ABS plastic. It's water resistant, as I mentioned, and it's not going to fade in the sun. The working temperature is published at -30 degrees centigrade to 60 degrees centigrade. And their solar panel size is 20.87 inches by 13.78, which is a nice large panel. And the floodlight size itself is 11.82 by 9.45 inches. There's a connecting wire right there and a plug. We're going to show how to do that. And very simply, you're just going to plug it in. It's plug and play. The company provides a 1-year warranty on this product, and you have 30 days to return it if you're not satisfied with it. but they offer a full 1-year warranty. I mentioned 396 LED, and the type of LEDs on there are Cree 2835s, and Crees are the best LEDs you could buy. And this is rated at 3000 lumen. Now I can't measure lumen because that requires a complex lab environment, but I can measure lux, and I'll do that for you. And the color temperature I mentioned is cool white, but it's 6500 Kelvin, so that you know what color it is. Now I'm going to go over the remote. Once you put the batteries in it, it's really simple to operate. You have an on and an off. If I hit the on, that comes on full brightness, and if I hit the off, it goes off. You have to point it towards it. The infrared sensor, the transmitter is here, and the receiver is right there. So after you've turned it on, there is 2 presets right here. That's the high, which it's on, and then you have this one right here, and it puts it to about half power. And then you do have full control with the minus button. You can dim it down really nice, very linear, and then you could raise it back up. There is a red button right here. If you turn that on, it enables the emergency flasher on there. You got the red on the left and the blue on the right. It's forming a nice pattern. Not sure what you need that for, but it might be cool looking at Christmas time if you're using this outdoors. Or whatever your application is, that's an emergency function on there. Then you hit it again and it'll turn it off. There's also an M button right here, and it does the same thing. It turns those on. That's a mode button, and then it shuts it off. Now if you go to auto mode, turn auto mode on, it means that it's going to go on automatically when this solar panel does not receive any light, and it's set up so that when the sun is going down, this will come on automatically. Now if you want to save battery, because it might be running low because you haven't charged it, let's say, you can put 3 hours on there and it'll only run for 3 hours or 5 hours or 8 hours, and it'll only run for that amount of time when the sun goes down. So let's put it on auto, and we're going to turn the studio, simulate the sun going down, and see if it comes on automatically. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn off one of these studio lights. So now I'm going to simulate the sun going down. And there you go, it comes on. Now if I had picked the timer, I could have picked 3 hours, 5 hours, or 8 hours. So now when you have this turned off, then it's not going to go on under any circumstances, you can see. So here's simulating the sunset, and it's not going to go on. So you put it on and it comes on. Now let's say the sun starts rising, and you see what happened? It shut off. So here is the back of the LED unit, and you can see it has this nice metal plate, and it has some hex bolts on there, so you could tighten that or loosen that to change the angle of this. Right now I'm just using it to stand it. And then you have the mounting holes right there that you can use those included expanding bolts to hold it in concrete or wherever you're going to have it on. On the solar array, we're going to show that next. So here's the back of the solar array. You could see those included screws that hold this on, those little thumb screws. And again, here you can mount this on your wall, wherever you want to have this held with those included expandable bolts. And here's where the connection is. It's all sealed, and it goes to a nice cable, and this cable is about 8 feet long. So you can put this solar array, 8 to 10 feet away from the LED. Now the only electrical connection that you're going to have is right here. It's got one of these screw connections right here, and you just unscrew it this way when you want to remove it, and unplug it just like that. Now you notice when I unplug this, I don't know if you caught that, the light went on, because at that point it's assuming that the sun is going down. So if you have this unit turned off, then it won't do that. But right now, it's assuming that it is essentially turned off. And now I plug it back in, just like that. And then you can see that the light turned off now. Because it's getting some ambient light, and it's acting as if the sun has come up. Let's take a close view of the LED display. It's very fashionable, really nice looking. The aluminum, the PVC on here. I love that display, and the emergency LEDs on there. But just look at the quality. Each one of these has their own reflector, and it just produces a very even, bright, white light, and it's all water sealed. And if you look at the back is totally sealed to not let any water get into the system. So here I have a lux meter, and I'm going to measure the lux output, and we're going to do a calibrate distance away from the LED array. Take 2. So all the studio lights are off, and I'm going to put the sensor at 1 foot away from the light, and it's reading 10,300 lux. That's very bright. And if I go further back, I'm at 2 feet. It's reading 4,400 lux because I'm on the 40,000 scale on here. So that just shows you how bright this is. So the rating they gave of lumens, I can't measure that, but I can tell you that that's very bright. That's probably damaging my camera sensor right now. So I want to show you all the lights are off. I'm in total darkness in my living room, and you can just see that wall is about 12 feet away, and you can just see how bright this is. There's where they're getting that 45 feet by 45 feet coverage that you'll get with this light. It's that bright. And keep in mind, this is not plugged in. This is totally battery powered. It's going to last for several hours at this brightness level. So what do I think about the FeelRight brand? Their solar floodlight, outdoor dusk to dawn with remote controls, or solar street lamp with motion sensor. I like this product. The array was bigger than I expected, which is really good because this thing charges quite easily, even in just studio light. And as I demonstrated, it's extremely bright, and it's got that cool emergency flashing on there, and that display is just fantastic, letting you know what the charging status of this is. So this is a great product, and it's really underpriced, I think. It should be a lot more money than it is. So I'm going to give this product a full 5-star rating on my channel. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to alert you new video uploads. And if you like this review, please hit the like button. I hope the information I presented helps you with all your buying decisions. Thanks for watching.